So understanding American bar licensure. So in the US, there are each state or territory has their own bar. So there are 50 states and a number of affiliated territories, including Guam, the Marshall Islands, Navajo Nation, that's considered a little bit separate. Um, the Northern Mariana Islands, Palau, and the Virgin Islands. So, and also Washington, D.C. So, along with, like, if you want to be barred in the US, you have to pass their bar in different regions or wave into their bar. But I listed these territories here because some of these territories are a little bit more lenient and open towards LLMs than others. Like Palau, for instance. Their rules will say that they don't allow LLMs, but if you write to their Supreme Court, they will allow you to take the bar exam, but you have to write to them or petition them. It's not difficult. Um, and so, for instance, a law license in New York doesn't give you the right to practice in Florida, for instance. And it's not very easy to move between jurisdictions. And for me personally, this has been a bit difficult because I worked in IT and I'm used to being able to take my skills from one place to another. That's how I was able to move to the UK and work in the UK and Switzerland and Germany and the Netherlands and all over. But with law, it's not really that easy. Okay, so the advantages of the DC bar exam. I feel like I probably should have more advantages here, but I could really only think of these two. The bar exam, it's now $405. It used to be like $280, but they raised it for the past bar exam. But $405 is the is one of the cheaper bar exams because some of the bar exams, like they charge $1,500 to take the bar, like California. I think the Virgin Islands as well, and there's some others, and there's some that are under 1,000, and there's some that tier their bar system. So the earlier you apply, the less that you pay. But if you're in a position like me, the DC bar give out their results late. So because they give out their results late, it makes it impossible to register early if I wanted to take a different bar exam within sort of the next bar season. And the DC bar is open to LLMs and non-ABA graduates. And not every bar is like that. So New Jersey, for instance, does not permit LLMs whatsoever. There's no getting in there if you have an LLM. And then other states like where I live, Pennsylvania, they allow LLMs to take the bar exam, but you need to have passed the bar or you need to be a qualified lawyer somewhere else, and you need to have practiced for 5 out of the past 7 years. So just because you have an LLM doesn't give you the right everywhere to sit the bar, as you will find out. The disadvantages of the DC bar exam. So one, as I mentioned, you'll get your results back much later than other jurisdictions. And two, DC is just a city. It's, if you take the bar in New York, and you pass the bar in New York, then you have all of New York State where you can apply. So if New York City doesn't work for you, then you can look for jobs in Ithaca, you can look for jobs in Buffalo, Albany, etc. But for DC, it's just DC. There's no other part of the District of Columbia where you can apply. So keep in mind that you are applying to work in just one city as opposed to another bar, which gives you options for, the whole state.